Fifth metacarpal fractures are a common injury I see in mountain bikers. First, what is a fifth metacarpal fracture? It is a fracture of the bone on the ulnar side or pinky side of your hand. It is also known as a boxer fracture. So the obvious mechanism is punching something. So mountain bikers punching trees or clipping your handlebars against a tree or some trail feature as you ride by it. So this is why it's quite common. In this video, I'm going to talk about what to do when it happens and how the recovery process should go and things you can do to help make your return to the bike more effective and more comfortable, and also perform at your best when you get back. So I've seen many fifth metacarpal fractures because I've worked in professional hockey, and hockey players like to punch each other in the head with bare knuckles. So something I've seen several dozen times, as well as seen a few times in mountain bikers, and have helped mountain bikers train through the injury as well as rehab their hand and get back on the bike. So first things first, it happens. What will happen? If it's obviously fractured, you'll probably see some deformity in the hand, whether the knuckle's sunken in, it looks twisted, or particularly concerning is if you make a fist and your pinky finger starts crossing over your ring finger. These are all signs you need to go to the hospital, get x-rays, get referred to potentially to a surgeon that can perform surgery on the bone if it is an unstable fracture, will not heal in the alignment it should. If it is a more stable fracture, whether it's compressed or it's only slightly angulated, or it may just heal with cast or splinting over the course of multiple weeks to a month or two, along with rehab after. So the key is, with any injury, get the appropriate help to start. So if you are concerned that the bone may be fractured or it might not be in the right line, be an advocate for yourself to the doctor you're seeing, whether it's at the emergency room or you've gone to a sports medicine doctor. Discuss the different options and where you can be referred to make sure the injury heals correctly. Next, as you're in discipline, you're going to have a period of immobilization, no matter how the fracture is managed. And it's anywhere from 3, 4, up to 6 weeks. You might be able to start to mobilize it and start to regain range of motion in your finger and hand. And usually a couple weeks after that, depending on the nature of the fracture and how it's healing, you will be able to start strengthening it, as in starting doing gripping exercises, finger extension exercises, as well as maybe even get on a trainer or pedal on a pathway or a road before you get back on the trails. To effectively rehab this injury, work with a professional. If you get surgery, you may be referred to a occupational therapist who specializes in hand injuries. These are amazing professionals. I've been fortunate enough to work alongside of a few over my career with this specific injury and other hand injuries. They're extremely knowledgeable, and they can make small adjustments to splints and exercises and management of your injury. So if you get the opportunity to see one of them, and take advantage of it. And now the return to, through the rehab and the return to mountain biking, working with an athletic therapist like myself or a sports physio who is experienced in working with your sport and sports that put a lot of stress on the hands is extremely important, because mountain biking, you know how you get your hands, get the arm pump, your hands are stressed to the limit. You cannot be trying to get back to your pre-injury self without the appropriate strength and progression up to that phase. So things to do: you've gone through your rehab, now you've gone through the rehab, you strengthened your hand, it's mobile. What can you do? First, you need to build endurance. Things like dumbbell carries, pinch grip, doing things like going back in the gym and doing deadlifts, really stressing your hand when you're given that clearance to be able to return to train, to build up not just your hands, but your whole body's fitness, like strength, mobility, and endurance. Because this is just a hand injury, you may be able to ride a trainer or a road bike quite often during the rehab process, even early on, so you don't lose a lot of fitness. Now, specifically getting back on the bike, what things to consider. First, when bones are healing, even after they heal and they're strong and the fracture site is nice and strong, they're still very sensitive, especially to vibration and pressure. So you're on their handlebars, gripping this handlebar. There's going to be pressure put on it. There's going to be vibrations coming through your front wheel directly into your hands. So having a nice, soft, cushioned grip is important. A few options that I think could be beneficial would be something like a Rev grip, which has a little bit of an elastomer, which is a little bit of float, which reduces some vibrations into rotation to the handlebar, as well as something like Ergon has a few models out there for more gravity-oriented riders. I think it's the GA3. They have a minimal wing on the side, which will disperse the pressure over the pinky side of your hand, as well as for more XC oriented. You have quite bigger phalanges that will really disperse that pressure. So pick a grip. If you're having this problem with gripping the handlebars, pick a grip that is appropriate for you. And another thing is protection. I really like gloves with padding built in to protect if you do clip another tree, as well as there is the Counterpunch from Loam Lab, which has a lot of people are happy with the protection it provides, because it protects a little metal thing protects your knuckle of your pinky hand. I personally haven't gone along well with them, just the way I grip my handlebars. They don't quite mesh with me, but as I said, many happy customers with those. And if they mesh with you and you want to protect that hand and not go through the injury process again, if you ride in an area with a lot of tight trees at high speed, those are something worth looking into, as well as the moto guards that you see popular, which attached inside of your brakes and cover your brake levers. Those can also deflect a tree if you do hit it, so reducing the severity, potentially reducing the severity of injury. So I hope you found this video informative. If you are suffering through an injury, please reach out. I'd love to help you out. Make sure you're directed in the right direction. No matter where you are, the injury process is very challenging. There's many different types of professionals, and I want to make sure you get back on the trails and performing at your best.